Hello, happy new day. Welcome back to my channel, Dash of Fashion Finance, the home where I share my love, my passion, my truths for fashion, finances, and always faith. Because as I say, I truly believe everything is centered around my faith. So let's get started with some fashion today. I often say on my videos that I have a capsule wardrobe, and my definition, there's a lot of, I truly feel that a capsule wardrobe has to be defined by the beholder. And the way I define a capsule wardrobe is a wardrobe that definitely works season to season. So it's not just for one season, it may work for 2 or 3 seasons or all seasons. It's a wardrobe where items definitely complement each other. Because they complement each other, what that does, it obviously saves me a lot of time, and it saves me a lot of money. And as an ownership babe, we are here to make sure we are building ownership, owning things, not being enslaved to interest, remaining debt free, because we know that's truly what we know is a soft, a peaceful life when you're debt free and you're not owing people. And one of the ways is just having a capsule wardrobe from season to season that definitely works. So there's no specific number of items that I have. So one may say, well, this is not a capsule wardrobe. But as I said, this is truly something that is defined by the beholder, and it works. So today's topic is to talk about my capsule handbag pieces. Now, I do have several handbags. I haven't count how many, but I'll probably try to do that and insert it on the video how many handbags that I do have. But when it comes to those, what society calls the luxury items, which I just say those are supposed to be items that are a little higher quality, items that may cost more. That's what is defined. And I just believe quality can come at different price points. But for the sake of the times that we are in, luxury is always those very expensive items like what's before you, which is the Saint Laurent, the YSL handbags. These are items that cost thousands of dollars. So when you invest that type of money, you want to make sure, truly make sure that number one, these are not items that you're purchasing just because you um see them on social media, or you see it's the new trend or the new thing. There's nothing wrong with purchasing items that are on trend. However, if that trend does not complement your wardrobe, especially if you're a capsule wardrobe item person like myself, then you're wasting money. You're not saving money, because you're going to buy that item, very expensive item. It's not going to complement your wardrobe, which means you're not going to utilize it. You're not going to wear it often, which means that now you put yourself in a position where you could have invested money into something that would have complemented your wardrobe or your lifestyle. And it caused you to not save any money and to kind of waste money. And these two items, these two items I have in my collection. I have two YSL bags. I'm thinking I may add one more, but again, I really have to think through and find a bag that kind of complements my current wardrobe. So it's not a quick decision, but currently I want to share these two items and how they complement my current season to season wardrobe. So number one, the color that I've chosen. Now, I've chosen a color that definitely complements my wardrobe. This is a color, if you look at it, it's a neutral color. It can go with almost anything. I mean, you really can't, I mean, it doesn't matter. Bright colors, neutral colors, dull colors, it doesn't matter. It's a color that definitely works. Now, I've seen some beautiful YSL bags, even in these styles. I was looking at a red one and I was like, oh, I do wear bold colors, but how often would I gravitate towards a red bag? I have a red bag in my collection. It's actually, I believe, can't remember, I believe it's a Coach bag that I have in my collection. I've had for many years, but I really don't gravitate to it often. To be honest, I gravitate to it a lot of times in the winter and sometimes the spring season. So that would not serve me if I purchased an item like these at this price point for with a color that just did not serve me. So number one, I would say for me first is the color. Number two, the hardware. When you look at it, the hardware is definitely gold. I wear a lot of gold pieces, but I also have started investing in white gold pieces as well. I know a lot of the purchases, especially that my husband purchased for me, are white gold pieces. So I don't mind mixing gold, white gold. So that wasn't the issue there, but I did want hardware that was, I would say, sturdy. So when you think about it, let's look at the envelope bag. You know, this bag, if you see it, it does come with a chain. So I wanted hardware. It wasn't the color, but I did want like a sturdy chain. And if you look at it, this is definitely a sturdy, it's a sturdy chain. I've carried this a lot. Most times I kind of twist it around. There we go. I kind of twist it like this to make the strap just a little bit shorter because I'm just not a crossbody girl unless I'm out and I'm shopping and I need to be hands-free. But most times I want it to be more just sitting on my shoulder, not crossbody. So I do that. But this is definitely, if you look at it, the quality, a sturdy chain. You know, I've made that mistake of purchasing a bag, and I'll probably do a review on that later, a Versace bag, and then the chain quality was so poor. It's so poor it actually broke. And as I said earlier, when you invest money in these items, you want to make sure they're number two, long lasting. So not just the color, but that it lasts. It can actually last you for the test of time. So when looking at the quality of the chains on both of these bags, if you look at it, definitely quality, if you hear that, in these items. Okay, I had to change locations from my closet to my office. However, I wanted to pick up where I left off, just talking about the the first, the recap. The first is the color, and two is the hardware. And as I said, for me, it's not necessarily about the color of the hardware, as if the quality of the hardware is most important. So you'll see with both of these bags, this is substantial quality. I've had at least this bag for almost 2 years, and I believe this one should be going on a year, but YSL hardware quality is very good. So, and again, at any price point, I will make a disclaimer. It doesn't have to be a YSL bag. This is what I specifically has chosen for my capsule wardrobe, but there are plenty of bags that are not as expensive and that have great hardware quality. But these are just the things I think that everyone should look for in your capsule wardrobe. And then the third thing I would say would be functionality. And when you're thinking about functionality, you honestly have to think about your life. And I know for myself, there are certain times in the month where I require a large bag. And this is why I invested in a larger bag. And then there's certain times of my month where a smaller bag. And I know it's women out there, we can identify with that. There are just going to be days we're more like a minimalist, and there's days where we're more like a maximalist. And so I have both bags to complement this. One, this is great for this size, this envelope is great for like an evening bag, but I didn't want it just to be an evening bag. I wanted it to be an everyday season to season bag. So there are things that I looked for. The only problem I will say, I am a girl that carries, so I am licensed to carry a weapon, and I do carry my weapon, and I don't carry it on body as much, but I normally carry it in my bag. So that's what I'm looking for in a bag. So when I carry a bag like this, it's actually, I'm going to carry on my body. So I would say if you are someone that carry, then you have to think about that as well. And then often I look, now this bag, you'll see there's a lot of compartmental space. There's tons of room for cards. For me, it's not like I have a lot of cards or whatever that I have, but it's nice to have the room for that. I always, 100% of the time, I carry cash. So I love the space. There's space here for my cash, or most times I kind of just put it here. Space for my cash. Phone, I do have a 13, I think it's what, Pro Max or whatever. And it fits. I always carry it in the front. And if you have, and I always have room for like my compact mirror, which I always carry, compact, maybe a pen, my lip gloss. Like I said, this is for those minimalist days, and it fits everything well. I just don't like it to be really, because it is a thin bag, I don't like it to be stretched really bulky like, so I don't try to overstuff it. So that for this bag. Now for the bigger, the medium, and this is the medium Lulu. I know I said this is envelope, but this is the medium Lulu bag. For this bag, again, I can carry my weapon in the bag. There's no problem with that. I often carry a notebook, which is like my journal. So, oh, and I keep my bags, I try to keep them stuffed. These are the original stuffing, just to keep the shape of the bag, because I know these type bags, these soft bags, can lose their shape. But I just do that to keep the shape nice in my bag. But if you look, there's a lot of room. And like I said, I usually can carry my weapon in here. I can carry a notebook, my pen, everything that I can carry here, but a little bit more. So, and I love it. I even can carry a water bottle in this bag. So these are for my maximalist days. So I would just say, again, functionality is so important. So if you are purchasing a bag just because it's on trend, but it doesn't fit your everyday life or your season capsule wardrobe, then it's a waste of money. And we're ownership babes, and we're about investing and saving our money and using our money in the most abundant ways. And that wouldn't be a great way to use it. So that's one of the things as well. And then I would say last probably would be the style of the bag. Again, if you're looking at a trendy bag, it may be beautiful, but is it your style? Does it really speak to you? Like a bag like this, I would even say this envelope, it speaks to me because, like I said, I love top handle bags, but sometimes I wear it. I wrap the strap and I wear it as a top handle. This bag are for my bigger bag when my maximalist days, but it really truly speaks to me because these two bags are really like a classic style, and my style is like that. I'm very feminine, very classic. I wear probably 98% of the time, 99% of the time I wear dresses. So these complement my wardrobe beautifully. So again, just making sure that the style is really, it fits in your wardrobe. And so when you look at these things that I mentioned, what it starts to do is it really starts to get you to think about your purchases, to really start to be intentional about your purchases. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm probably going to invest in another YSL bag. I don't know what style, what color, but I'm very intentional about it. I could really have gone and bought different bags, and none of those bags probably would have served me. So when I make a purchase, I want to make sure it serves me. And when I say serves me, I'm just saying that complements my wardrobe. I'm going to get the most use out of it. I do switch out my bags very often, but I use them. I don't buy any type of what society calls luxury items just to have them on display. I may have them displayed on my closet, but I actually wear them and I use them. That's what I bought them for. It's not a collection. It's not a hobby just to collect things to collect for me. To me, that's a waste of money. And part of becoming an ownership babe was that I understood that I had to put my money in the best places so that it did allow me to become debt free. And on my debt free journey, I think I've said this before on my debt freedom video, I still purchase these what they call luxury goods when I was on my journey to becoming debt free and paying off the home and everything. I did purchase, but I purchased within reason. You know, would I have spent, I believe this bag is what, like 3,200. So for me to spend 3,200 and on 4 of these bags is ridiculous when that could have gone towards paying off my home and things of that sort. But did I still buy one? Yes, I bought one that complemented. And then once you're debt free, I will say this, once you're debt free, you can buy as many as you want. Like now I'm in a position, I can buy as many as I want. However, I don't have the desire to do that because I have my own personal philosophy when it comes to my capsule wardrobe. And my wardrobe and my philosophy is I only invest in items that complement my wardrobe, that are quality items that will complement what I have from season to season. So if it doesn't fit my personal philosophy, then I'm not investing my dollars in it. I don't care how cute it looks. I will compliment someone all day long, but if it doesn't compliment me, then it's not worth me investing my money in. What's important to me is just being an ownership babe, retaining my freedom of debt free, and on the path to sharing that with other people. So I would say, in closing, make sure, because these are high price items, make sure that you really make sure these are things that work for you. And even if they're not high price items, still take time. I feel like how you manage the small things shows how you manage everything. So when you have smaller, you're making even smaller purchases. Think about the color, think about the hardware. When it comes to the bag, think about the functionality. Your money is so important, and businesses out here, their job is just to sell, sell, sell. And your job, or they assume your job is to consume, consume, consume. And you will continue doing that if you never become intentional about your purchases. So if I can leave you, impress on you anything, it's just be intentional about your purchases and make sure they line up with your financial plan. So thank you for tuning in. Until next time, hasta luego.